Alright, I wanted to talk about the new token package, the Warforged set. I was going to kind of talk about the armor that was released with the quest. It was not bad. I think it's actually a very good armor, to be honest with you. I guess I got removed it. The Warlord set. What is it? Where's it at? The Praetorian Warlock. That's it. Basically has a charge system, and you can get celerity. And then it has a magic lock attack that you can use melee and ranged weapons, but it defaults to 75% melee regardless. The info subs says you can't get effects from weapons, but I am right now. I don't know if that's a bug. That's kind of bullshit to make you not get effects from weapons, to be honest with you. I guess they don't want you to use effects that are ranged or melee weapon has, but they've got the damage 75%, so I don't see why that can't be a thing. But of course, staff always worships their own ideas. But it's a fire armor, and that is spellcaster lean. That would have made 3, but now with this Warlord set, it actually is going to make 4. So I don't know why fire theme. They don't really plan it out worth the shit. But when the set first came out, I thought that was underwhelming, but I realized there were some bugs, so gave it some time. But once the bugs were ironed out, and once info subs were out and the armor was fixed and released, I now think that this is the best 50,000 token package since Doomlight. Extremely good set of items. The weapon is insane. I could actually see them nerfing some aspects of it. So first off, it has initiative. And then you basically have a 1 times per battle toggle between full offensive and spellcaster lean. You also get let's see here. This is a spell, built-in spell with Ellie comp, and then you get your I think this is your fire attacks locked to fire. Your weapon attacks locked to fire with Ellie comp. That also counts bows and weapon-based built-in compressed skills and weapons, like from Cephalolas and certain types of weapons like Royal Void Charge and melee version of this guy and stuff like that. So I don't think there's a fire armor that does that. So it works in both modes, spellcaster lean and the full offensive mode. Now there's a charge system with this called Divine Pressure. In full offensive mode, every attack gets 1 point, and then when you click the shield, this is the shield, it gets 5 points if you're in full offensive mode. In spellcaster lean mode, you only get points if you cast a spell, which is you get 2 points. You do not get a point if you just attack. But when you click the shield, it skips your turn like full offensive mode, but instead of 5 points, you get 4. There is a mini bonus between the shield and the armor in spellcaster lean only, unless there's one that was for full offensive and it was bugged and not working. What the shield does on its own is if the monster skips its turn due to stuns or for any reason, it basically will heal your MP if you hold a magic weapon, or your SP if you hold a melee or ranged weapon. It's a decent heal as well. I would say, let's see if I can get this done. We'll cast this fear spell. So I've got 1822, 2087. I didn't go, so we'll try it again. 2087. I didn't go, so we'll try it again. 2087. I didn't go, so we'll try it again. 2087. I didn't go, so we'll try it again. 2087. I didn't go, so we'll try it again. 2087. I didn't go, so we'll try it again. 2087. I didn't go, so we'll try it again. 2087. I didn't go, so we'll try it again. 2087. I didn't go, so we'll try it again. 2087. I didn't go, so we'll try it again. 2087. I didn't go, so we'll try it again. 2087. I didn't go, so we'll try it again. 2087. I didn't go, so we'll try it again. 2087. I didn't go, so we'll try it again. 2087. I didn't go, so we'll try it again. 2087. I didn't go, so we'll try it again. 2087. I didn't go, so we'll try it again. 2087. I didn't go, so we'll try it again. 2087. I didn't go, so we'll try They may have changed the stun portion of the shield on magic mode to 1688. One again. Let's see, we're at 1731. So yeah, so 1731 to 1995. So that's 284. Something like that. But so you get 284 MP. But what happens is if you notice, and I have divine pressure. So actually, what happens here? So I'm going to click divine pressure, and I'm actually going to build. It's 264. So I start building charges. So divine pressure caps at 10. I mean at 20. Once it gets to 20, it'll cap the MP heal at 100% melee. So I'll show this off. I'll just keep doing this. So it'll keep building. So actually, as long as you have the shield and the spellcaster lean on, you will actually heal your MP. So it'll be 475 every time with 18 divine pressure. And it'll cap it, like I said, it'll cap at 527. And it'll be for the rest of the battle. So that's ridiculously good. This system does not work on full offensive mode. So that's what the shield does. Again, if the monster skipped a turn, it will heal SP with the melee or ranged weapon. Now, the weapon itself. So this is where your type swap is. This will actually, it will lower damage to inflict fear. And then the judgment is where you cash in your charges. You have to have at least 4. After you attack or cast your spell, you will be paralyzed. So basically, the way this works is it's kind of like Kindred in a sense with a cap. And then if you cast a spell, I think in spellcaster mode there is a self burn cost, and then there is you're paralyzed for the next turn if you don't end up killing the monster. But the damage is so insane that you're probably going to kill the monster. It also does the number of charges times 3, I think, for an Omni status potence for that turn. So basically, you're going to get auto inflict on that one turn. This basically is going. You don't even have to hold the weapon. I can just change your weapon, and you're still going to have this damage boost. So the weapon is a must-have. It doesn't allow charges, so you have to have the shield or the armor to let the weapon work. So I would carry one or the other, but basically it makes the spells and stuff damage crazy. So it's kind of like a capped Kindred in a way. What I like to do here is I'll have Shadow Feeder Pendant here, and I'll give myself 3 turns of Celerity. And then Shadow Feeder Pendant will cost MP to heal SP, but I just skip and skip with Dual Creature 72. So now I'm just going to build Panic. So just after 1 round, we have 31%. So just skipping your turn, applying Panic, down to 21%. So now I'm at 20 Divine Pressure. So what I'm going to do now is switch to Chaotic Lucerda Staff. And then what I can do, basically, is try and get some poison done. I missed one of those hits, so I don't know if Void Forge is going to work. Nope. So let's just go ahead and do this. So we should be good now. Swap over to Royal Void Charge. Actually, I'm going to now move over to the weapon. Cash in my charges. See, I already did that, right? Now I'm going to eat the panic that I've been building on Void with the damage boost. And then, so you will end most battles. I've tried the new spell. Let's see. Let's see if I have Fireball Z. Come on. I don't remember if I have Fireball Z. Yeah, there we go. So let's try this. I have not tried this yet, but it's just been something that I thought of. So I'm going to try to do here is hopefully not die. Alright, we'll get to that in a minute. Let's see if I can get enough panic inflicted in a couple of turns to not die here. 36%. Well, I managed to survive. Alright, let's see what happens. Not too bad. I'll be paralyzed here this next attack. Might lose here. But that gives you an idea of what you can do. Kind of a low cap there. But basically, like I said, it's sort of a kindred with the weapon. But you don't have to be in the armor. You don't have to be... I don't even have to use the weapon once you cash in your charges. So that alone, for those that like to play nuke style, it's pretty good. I'm going to use it as a Beastmaster armor where I'm skipping turns and I'm building panic and then I just unleash like I showed you. But that's it for this video. To me, if you have some extra money, to me it's worth picking up.